Okay.
Just in case it didn't copy the first time. All right. And we are live for 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 seconds already.
Could have warned me. Cool. All right. Ready?
All right, let's do it.
All right. Welcome to episode 134. This episode 2, we talk about Spinoff City, casting news, and Anton talks about the importance of batteries. I'm Al Flores.
And I'm Anton Duan.
Anton, how's your week been?
Man, it has been a very tiring week for me. Well, one thing is work, of course. But another thing is this week I was at work and I got a phone call from my wife, Julie, and she said...
She's pregnant.
She was crying, and she said,
Oh.
"You got to come home right now." And I just bolted through the door at work, and I asked her what happened. I got in the car, asked her what happened, and she said, "Our son fell," and it sounded like he fell pretty bad. So I asked her what happened, the details, and she basically said he was on the changing table. She just turned around just to get like wipes to wipe his face, and he starts flipping over.
I mean, any other time that'd be cool, except on the changing table.
Yeah, and the thing is that he hasn't really flipped yet until that day. Like for the past couple of weeks, like
what a time to do it, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, so he flipped over. He has like a little gash on his head right here. Not a big one, just like a probably like outside of the skin area, but it's not so severe to where you need like stitches.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I rushed home, took him to the hospital, ER right down the street. Actually,
yeah,
it's across the street. That's how close it is.
I've probably seen it then.
Yeah, it's literally right across the street. It's crazy because in Lake Mary we have 4 ERs. Like that's not enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, but anyways, we have 4 ERs here. 2 of them are right across the street. But anyways, we went inside, make sure he's okay. Looks like everything's fine. Yeah, I think he basically, well, the doctor said that he was made to bounce because babies have like a tendency of having like very soft bones that kind of like, bounce back. And plus they have a lot of baby fat.
Yeah, they're little human jellies.
Yeah. Yeah, so I mean that was kind of like the highlight of the week. Well, a bad highlight of the week, but
there you go.
Yeah, but for the past 2 days, he's been doing quite good. It's healing really well, but today he is one heck of a fellow. Like he wouldn't sleep at all. All he wanted to do was play all day today. We went to get one of those little bouncing things, but they were sold out of those. So we ended up buying one of those things where, it's a walker where you can push around and stuff. But he's not ready for that yet. We already know that he's not ready.
Is the bouncy things like the ones that are kind of like pretty much a kid version of like those like bungee jumping things at at the block or something?
Yeah.
Like they attach the cords to the wall or to a doorway, and then they just...
Yeah, they have a couple different versions. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, those are good for them to develop their leg muscles too, so they can eventually start to learn to walk and stuff.
Yeah,
like
because he loves bouncing. Like every time I hold him, I'm like, doing this, and he loves it.
I mean, the important part is he's okay.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, before we started recording, when Martha called me, she told me, ask him about the baby, how he's doing. Tell him to send me pictures and photos. Photos and videos. I'm like, okay. And then you start off with that story. I'm like, ooh, did she send something?
Wait, did she know?
Huh?
Did she?
Are her and Julie just texting back and forth?
Okay. I don't know.
Second thing. He was bound to get hurt at any point. Like, I mean, everybody gets cuts and bruises. Yeah. The important thing is the first time he got a cut, it wasn't with you.
I
This
think
is something that
if I was with him, I don't think he would get hurt
Julie
because
would never forgive you.
I would have, yeah, of course, I would have daddy reflexes.
No, 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 not even that. It's just it's gonna be like that thing that for the rest of your life, she's gonna bring that up. Yeah,
Hmm.
remember that time when you dropped them? At
Yeah.
least this way, if you don't bring it up, she won't bring it up.
Hmm.
She can't use it against you.
Makes sense. Yeah. But anyways, yeah, he just wouldn't sleep at all today. Oh yeah, so instead of getting that jumper, the bouncer, we got
Yeah.
the walker. So the cool thing about this walker is you don't have to put the wheels on yet, so you can have it stationary. We put him on last night, and oh my god, his eyes lit up, and he's like freaking out. He's like, "Oh my god, I got new toys!" And
He's got so much power.
yeah, he's like, dude, it feels like it looks like he was like Super Saiyan mode because he starts
Yeah.
like touching everything, and he's like playing, he's like screaming.
Well, again, and that's like the thing too. Like babies love to learn about their environment.
Hmm.
So after a while, they get used to their home. They might still have a little few things that I get curious about or something. But when you introduce a totally different element that they're not used to,
Hmm.
they go crazy.
Yeah. So I have it on video. I can send it to you in a bit. But man,
Yeah.
he totally like, oh my god. Yeah, so I think today, I think that's what he wanted to do, but we didn't really let him go on there because we didn't really think he was ready yet because he was bopping around and, um, yeah, it's kind of dangerous because he needs
He's,
that head support still, you know?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
He is 3 months.
He is 4.5 months almost. He's going to be 5 months this week on Saturday, this coming
Oh,
Saturday.
mate. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, right. Damn, we're in October. I forgot.
Yeah.
I still think we're like early September.
It's crazy. Time's
Yeah.
flying really fast.
Look,
Yeah.
for me, it's a breeze because I'm not dealing with a kid. It's
Yeah.
been a long 5 months for you, I'm sure. Well,
Yeah.
actually longer than that because you and Julie went through the pregnancy too.
Hmm. So, since we're talking about babies, you had a little baby that came to the mail this week or something like that?
Oh my God, I was stuck in Compton for like 2.5 weeks. It came from I have a Hong Kong baby. Uh, yeah, I got my little Retroid,
Mm-hmm.
and actually, let me see if I can probably turn on the brightness a little bit so it's not blaring too much on the screen.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. So it's kind of like a like Android layout screen. Um, I've been playing the old Pokemon trading card game from the Game Boy Color days,
Mm-hmm.
and I can just load it up really quick. Oops. Boom. There you go.
Yeah, that is a very, very, very old game. That's
There
a
you go.
very big throwback there.
It is, and
Mm-hmm.
it's funny because like when I was this is what junior high for us, or like sixth grade,
It's sixth
seventh grade,
grade. Yeah, sixth grade.
sixth grade.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I mean, really, I just played the trading card game. I didn't really think about completing the game or anything like that, or fully understand it. Now that I understand Pokemon better and understand the trading card aspect of it more, um, I'm doing it more as a completionist.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like by now I'm like there has to be websites and all that everything we need to know about the game has to be out there now. So I googled it. Pokemon Game Boy Color Pokemon trading card game. Uh, an old website that I have not been to in easily a decade popped up. Game Facts.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that. Is that site
Uh,
still up?
it's still up. So they don't have exactly what I wanted.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted more to like uh, customize decks, kind of like build your own decks and stuff like that. But they don't have that. But what they do have is a list of the special cards available in the game and how to get them, like who to trade what to and stuff like that, and where they're located, and a list of the full cards, the full series or the full collection for each booster pack type. So there's 4 packs. There's the Coliseum, Evolution, Laboratory, and Mythical.
Mm-hmm.
Forgot what it was. Mythic packs, and they shows like a complete list of like card 1 through whatever 90 or whatever what each card is. So that's helping me kind of understand. I'm like, okay, cool. So if I want this card, I need to keep trying to get these booster packs, like this specific booster pack to get that card.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the only thing that I also wanted but they don't have is it doesn't tell you which trainers or which players in the game have what booster pack. So I busted out the old notepad and as I'm playing the game, I make a little note like, all right, if I go to the grass club and I fight this person, I get the Coliseum booster pack or I get the Evolution booster pack.
Mm-hmm.
It's old school gaming at its best.
I still remember
um,
those booster packs. Like there's so many different ones that you can get, and especially
mhm.
the ones that are the expensive ones. You get one guaranteed holographic card.
So for these,
Mm-hmm.
it's you're guaranteed one rare card in
Mm-hmm.
each pack, and but the thing is, you only get one.
Mm.
So if I'm looking for a rare card and it's not that first one, I'm like, damn it. um, yeah, but it's been fun going down the little memory lane. And it actually comes with some preloaded games too, and it has let me see here. I can actually
It says you can get the Charizard card when you select the Charmander and Friends deck at the very start of the game.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's the one I chose. Let me see here. Is it this button?
So, since you were talking about game facts, I also remember that other competing website that was um, an alternative that a lot of people usually go to for any game related cheats or um, guides or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if you still remember this, but Cheat Code Central,
Oh yeah.
yeah,
Um,
cheatcc.com. Yeah, it's still available. It's still around too. And they even got Game Shark codes on there. So for the Game Shark codes, you can get like infinity HP active Pokemon, no HP active Pokemon enemy,
mm-hmm.
infinity HP bench Pokemon slot 1, uh, and then something
Yeah.
about coins. Mm-hmm.
Oh, the coin flips.
Yeah.
Yeah, some of that stuff that says like how to guarantee a heads flip or a tails flip, I still think that's just kind of like a rumors or just kind of like the old thing, kind of like when we used to play the like battle, like link our game was together in battle.
Mm-hmm.
We
Mm-hmm.
always did like rapidly press A when our Pokemon's attacking. Like it does nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so the Retroid does have a dual boot. Um, there you go. Has a dual boot ability,
Mm-hmm.
and it's super bright. It won't show on here. But it has preloaded games on here. It has. Let me see here. I'm in the PlayStation game, so it's Crash Bandicoot, Street Fighter Alpha 3, Bloody Roar 2, Tekken 3, Tekken 2, Mortal Kombat. It has Mario Kart, Super Mario. Let me see here. Try to sort through this.
See, so the one thing that I was really afraid of for these type of systems is how optimized is
COVID.
the games that are, emulated. Because I know that there's a difference between like lag times and stuff like that, and also, button mashing games, for example, they're horrible on these type of systems. Um, I haven't really asked Carl about this because Carl knows more about this. But
Yeah.
yeah, even when I was playing like emulator games on the PC with a controller or something like that, it would be pretty bad with the alignment for like if you were to do like a Hadouken or something, You would
Mm-hmm.
have to do it really fast. If you have a really fast PC, if you have a
Yeah.
really slow PC, you can do a lot slower. Um, yeah, I
So
don't know how that is
how
for this.
yeah, I haven't tried any fighting games or any real button mashing games.
Hmm.
But there are several I guess emulators built into the device.
Hmm.
So you can load them up on different things and each one has a different way to change settings.
Probably change the
Um
frame rates or something like that to
yeah,
make it.
yeah, like
Yeah.
if you look at one of the pictures I showed you, it shows the frame rates on the top right.
Hmm.
Um I gave up on looking up on how to change that or how to stop displaying that because
Hmm.
really it doesn't bug me. Um but yeah, like the other stuff on here is like I like it so far.
Hmm.
It's a good uh good uh good value for my money on this one.
Yeah. So, is there a Bluetooth feature on that Retroid?
There is a Bluetooth feature. I don't know if it supports the handheld to handheld, like like if you're like say we're playing Pokemon Silver or whatever. I don't know if we can just battle using Bluetooth.
Yeah. So I was hearing Carl talk about like how hard it is, or it's not hard. It's just time consuming when
Yeah,
you're working on the when you're working on the
the
Android.
ROMs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
with the UI that you have with buttons.
Hmm. Yeah.
So what I was asking him the other day was, can't you use because it's Bluetooth? Can't you like just pair like a keyboard and mouse or something to it so you can do it faster?
So you probably can, but
Hmm.
it would require you going into the settings and mapping the new controls to it. So it's the controls already pre-mapped. So if you're going into the say the Game Boy settings, it's only going to allow the A and B buttons. But if you
Mm.
go into the N64, it'll allow the other buttons and then the bumpers, side buttons too, stuff like that.
So
So
if you
if you're
were
gonna
to
map,
go into like the Android system itself,
you can change it per emulator. So if you go into a certain emulator,
yeah.
you can go, okay, I want to change the settings for this one. You can change like, what buttons you want mapped to what. So I guess
Mm-hmm.
if you want to change the arrow keys, you can use the, what was it traditionally? A, S, D, and W
Yeah.
for directional.
ASDW.
Yeah,
Yep.
stuff like that. You can probably remap it. I'm personally too scared to screw something up, so I won't be messing with that too much. Uh,
So far, you love it.
yeah, so far it's a bit of a learning curve. Luckily, my delay in getting this device, and again, for people that missed in the beginning, this thing was stuck in Compton for 2.5 weeks. I really thought this device was lost in the mail.
Mm.
Um, luckily during that time, the people that did pay for the expedient shipping, like our friend Carl, they put up some videos on how to load games, some little tricks on how to use a device and changing the settings, like the dual boot thing. Like I launched a dual boot by accident because you could kind of launch it as an app in the Android interface,
Mm-hmm.
but once I'm in the other, it's called the Retroid app. Once I'm in that, I'm booted into that interface. I had no idea how to switch back.
Mm.
Yeah, but like now look the how to flip back. Now I know how to flip back and forth between the different boot settings.
So that's kind of cool. You get to play PlayStation games now. So
Hmm.
uh, yeah.
And also kind of funny, like I always assumed that it takes time to save games just because like it's trying to save all your data or whatever. Uh, but now that it's running probably higher memory, like I'm gonna assume 100 times faster than the traditional Game Boy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Uh, I hit in the Game Boy in the Pokemon trading card game. When I save it, you write in your diary. I hit the write in diary button, and right away the menu closes. I'm like, did it do it? I'm used to it saying saving or writing something like a little text to tell me it's doing it, and it just does it right away. I'm like, oh, right, it's immediate because it's freaking faster RAM on this.
That's true. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it probably has to write like what 64 kilobits.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Anton. Enough of my retro gaming adventure here. Ready to get into our show here?
Mm-hmm. Let's get into news.
All right, Anton. So we'll start with the Apple events. Apple did their annual or quarterly event announcing the things that are coming out this fall and winter. The first one up we have here is the iPad Air. I believe this is the second one, right? The iPad 2, iPad Air 2. Main changes here: they're gonna have the Touch ID integrated into the device, A14 Bionic chip,
Okay,
and
so basically just faster,
yeah,
thinner, better design,
faster.
new colors.
Yeah,
Same
they
thing
just
every
prettied
year.
it up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I'm starting off with this one here. What I did. Okay, well, I'll start with my shopping list here. I am tempted to buy the new Apple Series 6 just because I'm rocking the Series 2 and they've made a lot of upgrades since then in the
Oh yeah.
last couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I'm kind of tied between buying the new AirPod Pro or the Apple Watch next. So the Apple Watch, aside from some enhanced biometrics that I can now track. It's also coming with a new series of colors, and I just realized I pulled up the wrong specs. I pulled up for the SE. My bad.
So while you're talking about that, or while you're looking for that, I kind of dig it too. All the features that are on it is totally totally updated since what I have. I have the series 3.
Yeah, so you're just a little bit ahead of me there. And the
Mm-hmm.
the three, they still hadn't made significant changes, right? It's the four when they started doing the different
Yeah, the
face display. Right?
yeah the one where you can check your pulse and stuff like that. Your
Yeah, yeah.
EKG. Yeah.
Uh, Jesus, can't find any. Actually, I might have posted it.
Oh, you're looking for Apple Watch Series 6 specs?
Yeah, I have it here. Let's see here. All right, so swim proof. Let's see, 100% recycled material, 2 times faster than the Series 3. There you go, Anton. Uh, oops. Compass and always on altimeter. Family setup. Well, that's fine. Fall direction, sleep tracking. Slightly larger display. Put swim proof. They put the U1 Ultra Band on it. This doesn't go into as much detail as I want. Yeah, the EKG app and 20% faster charging speed. That's just kind of on the spot research there. It and also I'm a sucker for the product red stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and they're finally coming with the product red for this one. Um, and then finally, the other one that I'm definitely gonna get, and you probably will too, is the Apple One packages.
Mm-hmm.
So right now, Apple doesn't. No, previously Apple didn't have any packages available. You had to subscribe to their Apple Music, Apple TV, their app. Well, I don't know if that's just Apple or
Apple
gaming
Arcade,
Apple Arcade. There we go.
News
And the
Plus.
yeah, all those different things had to be separate. Some things personally I think are worth their subscription, like the Apple Music. I loved. Apple TV I enjoy, but honestly, after my trial subscription ends, I think the next month, I probably wasn't going to resubscribe because it's a nice chunk of change per month with not a lot of content. I think
Mm-hmm.
they were marketing more as a hub than as a source of originals.
True. Mm-hmm.
Um, but now with their new packages, say you get the individual plan for $14.95 a month, you get the Apple Music, Apple TV, which probably by itself there is already worth more than $14 than the $15.
Mm-hmm.
You also get the Apple Arcade and iCloud storage. Or you can, for an extra $5 a month, you can upgrade to the family plan, which I think that allows up to 5 people.
Mm-hmm.
So a nice little way to split it. Or you can do the Premiere, which comes with the news. Oops. Or, the news subscription or the newspaper subscriptions, whatever it's called.
News
And
Plus.
the News Plus. There you go. Thank you. And the fitness app, which I guess now they're trying to do the kind of, I guess, like what Peloton does, where
Hmm.
they have the videos set up and you can just kind of select your workout, and it's integrated with your Apple Watch to track you. It's a nice ecosystem that they're creating there. Um, I might try it, but for sure I'm at least gonna get the individual or family plan for the other four
Yeah.
packages.
So I really dig the plan. I
Hmm.
use probably half of the stuff that they have on there. But
Yeah.
I wasn't really thinking about getting another watch because I'm probably still good with my three
Yeah.
Series 3. But with with that demo of the working out app, the whole thing that you just said, the whole ecosystem where they have, um, you know, weekly trainers that do different classes, workout
Hmm.
classes. I kind of dig that. You
Yeah.
can do those workouts at home, and you don't have to go to the gym as much. And I think that alone kind of makes it worth paying for the watch. Because I mean, if you pay to go to the gym, especially, well, they closed down a couple of them across the street from where you live. 24-hour fitness, it's like $300 a year, right? Or $400
Hmm.
a year, just depending on what clubs you choose to go to. But I mean, for that same price, you can get a watch and get a subscription for this, and yeah, it's a win-win. You get a watch and you get to work out with
Yeah.
Apple. Hmm.
And I'm trying to find the pricing plan. Just to compare. Let's see here. So the other one that I saw or recently tried to do, but I didn't like, was the Center app.
Hmm.
This is the app that I don't know if it's created by Chris Hemsworth or um, he's a endorser or um, investor. But just that one. So say you pay for per month, it's $30 if you go month to month. If you pay for the year, it's $10 per month,
Mm.
which it's essentially the same thing, like the workout videos, the guide and stuff like that. Um, they also have some recipes in there, but really, you can Google that.
Yeah.
I think the true value or the true catch for these things is the workout videos or the workout plans, because those are hard to come by unless you go
Yeah.
YouTube videos, and some of those are janky.
I think the no-brainer for me was when they said that, it's integrated with your Apple Music. So the music that you listen to in a class or, the workout, yeah, the workout class,
Hmm.
you can download those songs right after. And it's cool because every single week there's a new class. So
Hmm.
you get those music. You
Yeah,
get the newest music all the time. So
and it's not like it costs you extra to download them either.
exactly. It's all
Yeah.
included in that plan. So that's a no-brainer for me.
Yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
I think we're getting this in November, right? I think November it comes out.
Mm-hmm.
Which is perfect. I think that's when my Apple TV subscription ends.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Moving on here. The Tesla Battery Day. What's that about, Anton?
Okay, so every year Tesla, has a big meeting about investors. Um,
Hmm.
a lot of companies do that, where they, let their investors know what's coming and their progress and stuff like that throughout the year, and where they're at and what they're looking forward into next year. So while they finished all that event, it's interesting what they did for this event. It was held at their Fremont factory in the parking lot, and everybody is in their cars, their Teslas, And
Mm-hmm.
usually like it's a big crowd of people just crowding around, but in this case they did everything in a parking lot in cars. So it's funny. There are times where he would get applauses, but instead of applauses, it's honking. So it's funny.
Mm-hmm.
People be honking, and he's like, "Man, okay, I get it. You can stop honking now. This is getting annoying." But he didn't say that. But yeah. But anyways, Battery Day was all about what they're doing with the batteries for the car, and they found a way to compress everything and maximize the batteries to get more range on the cars. So this is a very big deal. They say it's about 16% increase on range. It doesn't sound like much, but it's actually a lot. For a battery that size, it's quite a big deal. And the cool thing is, they can double stack the batteries,
Mm-hmm.
and that will probably double the range on what they have on there. So for this, they announced two different cars. The first car that they announced was a $25,000 car. That's a big deal. For $25,000 to get an electric vehicle, that's gonna beat. That's gonna take the whole market of compact cars, especially like cars like Corolla, Camrys, or Honda Accords or Civics. This is gonna take that market. Especially you'll save so much more gas.
Mm-hmm.
And the only reason why they're able to make a $25,000 car is because they were able to take down the cost of making these batteries, at the same time maximizing the space on the batteries to get what they wanted out of the car. So with that being said, they didn't really show what the car looks like. They just said that it'll be ready within 3 years, which is funny. They said that 3 years ago. That they
I
will
was saying,
have like
like,
a $25,000 car.
that's kicking the can very down the road there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but
Yeah.
anyways, they did show a video of how the batteries are being made
Mm-hmm.
at the gigafactories, and it looks pretty cool. It looks like they know what they're doing. They're going in a really good direction. So the second car that they announced was a updated version of the Model S, and this is a they call it the Plaid edition.
Mm-hmm.
And what this is it's beyond their ludicrous mode. This car costs $150,000, but what you're getting in this one is you're getting 520 mile plus battery range. So
Yeah.
that is probably the
It's
biggest.
not double, right?
Yeah,
That's double their.
it's
'Cause-
almost double. I think the original would be like 300.
Okay. I thought it
Yeah.
was like 250 or 280 or something like that.
Yeah, that was the original, was around 200 something. But then
Okay.
with their recent battery for the past couple of years has been around like 300. But 520 plus. So that's quite a bit more. But with that bigger battery, they're able to make the car go from 0 to 60 in less than 2 seconds. That's crazy, dude.
And because the ludicrous one was a what, 1.5 or something? It was like it
No,
was
Ludicrous was probably about like 2 point something. 2 point something.
really, I thought it was faster than that.
Yeah.
I mean, either way though, that's still insane for a consumer level car.
Yeah.
It's still
Yeah. Very.
yeah.
Yeah. So, anyways, they basically announced those two cars, and the Plaid edition is just to let people know how much of a difference those batteries do to the car. So it's
Yeah.
kind of cool that they show that. But
I mean,
yeah, go ahead.
no, I would say, I mean, I kind of see this like we laugh now, or
Hmm.
like people make fun of it now. You and I are big Tesla fans or big Elon fans, so,
Hmm.
but I mean, look at SpaceX. They were what, early 2010 around there, where they were still testing the Grasshopper rocket. And now they have the NASA contract, and now they're going to be something we didn't put in the show notes is, uh, now they're teaming up to take a movie crew up to the ISS next year.
Yeah, with
So
Tom
it's
Cruise, right?
something that we thought was, yeah, something that we thought was gonna be like, not realistic, or out of the range of Hollywood, is now it's gonna happen. People didn't even bat an eye at it.
Hmm.
If anything, it was more of a joke, saying, "Okay, you're going to space, big deal," kind of thing. Um, but now for the car aspect, this kind of lines up. So I don't know if you heard, but the Governor Newsom announced that by 2035, no new gas cars will be allowed to be sold in California.
Wow. Hmm.
Yeah, so 15, yeah, pretty much 15 years, just under 15 years from now, there will no longer be allowed any more new gas cars to be sold in California, which great for Tesla, great for automakers that are pushing um, for electric cars, which I wonder if that includes hybrids, because hybrids do have gas in them.
Yeah. So, okay, since you live in California, do you see a lot of hydrogen cars?
No, I see them every now and then, but not that often. I think because this has been at least 2 years since I looked it up, but the gas stations that did have the capability to fuel those up are mainly in LA.
Yeah. So I did look this up because recently a family member, not my family member, but like my relatives,
Hmm.
they bought a Toyota Mirai. They bought, I think
Yeah.
it's a 2015 or 16 model.
Hmm.
And because they bought that, it comes with $15,000 worth of fuel for 10 years.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they have a station right next to their house. So that's the only reason why they reap the benefits. And the thing is that
Yeah.
they only travel 10 miles a day. I mean, especially the mom, she only
Are
travels like,
they
yeah, go
are
ahead.
they in Orange County, or are they in LA?
Yeah, they're in Orange County. They're in Garden
Oh,
Grove.
okay. Oh, okay.
Surprisingly, you probably go by here every day. Maybe it's because you probably go see Martha. Um,
Uh-huh.
but it's on Harbor and Trask. There's a gas station there that has hydrogen.
Uh, okay. Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean Harbor is a major street too. Yeah.
yeah.
Uh, I think I know what you're talking about too.
Hmm.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm glad this is happening, but it's funny because when this was announced about the no new gas cars by 2035, people were like, "Oh, does that mean that the state's gonna buy us electric cars?" I'm like,
No,
"No
you get
new
incentives.
gas cars."
Yeah,
Like, freaking people don't know how to read, and like just start bitching without like reading the article. They just read the headline, and they don't read the headline properly.
yeah. It's
I
it's
mean, real.
crazy to see all this happen, dude. Like there, every
It's
single
crazy,
car
but it's not
manufacturer
unrealistic.
is already like putting out their version of an electric vehicle.
I mean, the Tesla Roadster came out, what, 2008?
Mm-hmm.
I want to say I remember seeing it on Tech TV.
Yeah,
Um, and it
Jay
was such a,
Allison, Jay
yeah,
Allison. Yeah,
yeah. It looked like such because at the time it was a concept car. It
yeah. It
was what
was
they only made
basically
a.
the same design as the Lotus.
Hmm.
Yeah, they got rights to making the same design. It's just
Yeah,
Tesla logo and Tesla motors and battery and everything.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And it was seen as a toy, or as an expensive concept car to buy, because I
Mm-hmm.
think they only made a few dozen, and they were selling for like 120, 100,000 or 120,000 or something like that.
Yep.
Crazy price point on it.
Yeah, but that money was what he needed to fund the whole
Yep.
Tesla
And
Model S and all that other cars.
and
Um,
that's when he announced that each step would be progressively getting cheaper and cheaper until we got to a consumer level car for the
mhm.
majority of people, which people laughed at, but hey, Model 3.
Yeah, Model Y. Totally makes
Yeah,
sense.
yeah,
Yeah. So, Tesla Battery Day was a boring event, but it's good to see the progress where it's going.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
yeah.
I mean, again, 5 years from now, I I probably will have an electric car. I just,
Hey, you're a Volkswagen fan. There's a new Volkswagen ID3. Uh, Elon actually went to check it out. They, the I think the engineers at Volkswagen was happy to hear what he would say when he was
Mhm.
driving the car.
Yeah.
One of the things that Elon said was, "Huh, acceleration is it's kind of bad."
This is the guy that freaking has ludicrous
Yeah, and
mode.
then the engineer guy's like, "Yeah, this is a consumer car. It's a full fleet car.
To to
It's not a race car."
No, but to Elon, it's just like I'm gonna put everything I can to my cars. It's up to people to use it properly.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, like the whole autopilot thing. Like, it's engageable.
Mhm.
You're supposed to have your hands on the wheel, but what are people doing? They're being stupid. And then when they get in trouble or they get injured, they try to sue Tesla, and Tesla's like, "We told you, use this mode at your own risk, and if
Mhm.
you use it, you have to still keep a control of the vehicle."
Mhm.
Uh, yeah, no, it's I like Volkswagen. To be honest, at one point I was looking at the BMW
I3.
i3,
Mhm.
i3, just as a commuting car,
Mhm.
something small. Not really, I really didn't care about space. But I test drove one. And I didn't like it. It's yeah, the acceleration is. It felt like it was it was just struggling to like something was holding it back.
You
It
need
wasn't that the
to switch
engine
it
was
to
weak.
sport mode because that's what I did when I test drove the i3. Uh,
Yeah,
yeah, it
it like
uses
it was like
more of the battery though, which is bad for the battery.
yeah, and I think that's what
Yeah.
it is. It felt like it's like you're hitting the gas while tapping the brake. Like it like the like part of the brake was engaged to slow it down.
Oh, you're talking
Um,
about the way that it pedals, right?
yeah, the way it accelerates,
Yeah,
it just feels weird. Yeah.
yeah, it does.
Um, yeah.
That's
So
how it
that's
is
kind of
for
stuff.
the electric cars. It takes time to get used to, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's a big difference between like the Tesla and then the BMW version.
Yeah.
Yeah, the acceleration, how they accelerate is the same, but then one just feels right and one just feels like eh. So
Yeah, and then you get the feel right, which that is something that car companies put a lot of research into is the feel of the gas pedal and also the steering.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
Like what was I listening? I was an audiobook I was listening to, and they were talking to a designer for uh was it Toyota? No, Ford. And with Ford, it was like you can set the power steering to whatever setting you want,
mm-hmm.
but if you make it too sensitive, it's like you're trying to freaking turn a boat. Like it takes too much effort. If you make it less sensitive, it's like you're trying to like steer a big rig. You're like turning the wheel multiple times to make a 90-degree turn.
Yeah.
So like it's a lot of research and a lot of consumer study into getting that setting right.
So
So it's something that
driving this Model Y for at least a month,
uh-huh.
I finally noticed that I'm not doing this when I turn. Like
Oh,
multiple
it's
like
actually,
circular.
you mean if you make a 90-degree turn with the wheel, it turns 90 degrees?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Instead of like doing this, it's
That's
just
what
eh or eh.
that's why I like my German cars. German cars are very like they feel very solid when you maneuver them.
Hmm. Wait, so
BM
if you were to do U-turn, do you do multiple?
Nope, just down.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
uh yeah, that's I'm telling you. Das Auto.
Das.
All right, I thought. Let's move on here. We're kind of slagging it here.
Hmm.
Mulan, success. So
Eh.
last episode, last episode we reamed the crap out of
Hmm.
this movie. But the joke might be on us, and Disney's laughing to the bank. A company that does kind of that researches streaming services and stuff like that, and uh, tries to do projections of success of income or profit from movies that are released on streaming. Estimated that combined with uh, the release of the theatrical release plus the streaming,
Hmm.
Mulan probably made 261 million domestic.
That's pretty good. That's something
And
that is normal for a Disney movie. And we know that from doing the movie draft every year.
yep,
Disney ranges anywhere from 200 all the way to like 600, depending on how big the movie is. And for something like
um,
this, 200 something some sounds about right.
actually says gross, so maybe it might be international. So what they
Hmm.
did with these estimates was they saw the audience share on the streaming platform. You know, what's getting attention on the streaming service during a particular 7 day period. In this case, Hamilton, 44.13%, Frozen 2, 11.94, and then number three, Mulan with 10.32% of the share.
Hmm.
The key there is for the people to watch it, for that 10.32 to watch it, they had to pay.
Hmm.
So using 10.32 times the amount of money, which is $30 to rent it, and then multiply that by the number or 10.32 of the total subscriptions that Disney has times the $30. That's how they got the 200 and something dollars worth of profit or income,
Hmm.
gross income. Um, which that's not bad. And I think the key there is um, they were more likely to see people were more likely to watch this movie the opening weekend. Because you know the time like when there's like a big movie coming out one weekend, there's only so many seats in the theater, and if you're like me, you hate being elbow to elbow with people.
Hmm.
Uh, so a lot of people might not go the opening weekend, and then after that weekend, if the reviews are bad, chances are some people that thought about watching it the second weekend probably wouldn't go anymore. But in
Of course
this
not.
case, you can rent it opening day. No need to worry about seating because it's your own damn house. And then people watched it before the reviews really came out. So it was a good hit, you know, one hit right away. I'm kind of curious to see what the viewership after opening weekend was, to see how much it dropped, to see if it followed the same uh, slope that the theatrical releases do, which I'm willing to bet this is a more uh, harsh drop from weekend to weekend.
I think so too. It's a
Yeah,
bigger drop. And,
yeah,
with Disney saying that, eventually Mulan will be coming to the regular
free.
library, um, it's a lot of people might still wait for that.
Yeah, and
Hmm.
but I mean that could have also been the people that waited for it to come to VOD anyways,
Hmm.
if they didn't want to see it in theaters.
Hmm.
So congrats Disney, you win again. uh, so moving on here to food related news. Taco Bell is going to be releasing a signature wine. And I'll tell you this right now, Anton, it does not look good. it, it
Wait,
is
so
the
is this going to
jalapeno.
be available at the restaurants? Or is
I don't know
this
if it's gonna be
going to
available
be
at the
at the stores?
restaurants. Probably at the store. It's a limited run. It's gonna be called the Jalapeno Noir.
Spicy.
That's what I'm thinking. Like, is it spicy wine or like a smoky wine? I don't know. Uh, I mean, Taco Bell is the funny thing. Taco Bell is slowly but surely moving towards the Taco Bell we saw in is it Demolition Man? The
Mm.
one with
Hmm.
with Sylvester Stallone and Wesley Snipes
Yeah.
with three seashells, where Taco Bell won the fast food wars, and then they became both the pretty much the monopoly food chain, which included fancy restaurants. So people are going to like on expensive dinner date to Taco Bell. Taco Bell's slowly moving that way with their menu. They're switching up their menu. They're making more. Uh, Aside from the sodiums, Taco Bell's food is actually somewhat not, more healthy than you'd expect.
Yeah. It's more
Uh,
healthier than Del Taco.
yeah.
Yeah.
And they slowly move towards that, and now they're doing a freaking wine.
So it's funny. I'm reading the label that's on here. Uh, it's the wine is made at Cheesy Chalupa Estates.
Oh God, that means Taco Bell freaking bought a winery.
Cheesy Chalupa Estates. Jalapeno Noir 2018 Pinot Noir. Let's see. It's a red wine, of course.
Yeah.
12.7% alcohol. Product of Canada.
Oh, that's unexpected. I didn't know Canada really had a lot of vineyards. I thought
Surprisingly, lots of places shouldn't have vineyards, but they do.
they do. I was saying because California works because I think we're at the same latitude as like the or the Wine Valley area,
Hmm.
like Napa and all that. They're at this. I think they're at the same latitude as like Italy and France and all that stuff. So like that's why the climate there works. Canada's kind of surprising.
Hmm. That's true.
All right. And then one more little bit of news here I snuck in. Uh, so we were both a fan of Gundam, and apparently Japan is building a live Gundam.
I think we talked about this news already.
I posted about it.
Hmm.
25-ton Gundam, but now it's actually moving though. And the funny thing, like before when they when
Yeah, I
we
think we
talked about,
talked about this.
yeah, we talked about before that they were testing it, and it moved very slowly. It's like over
Mm.
the course, based on the time lapse video, probably all day to make the damn thing move its arm and then move its leg, just like do a knee up.
Hmm.
But now it's moving a little bit more faster. I thought it was a time lapse video again.
Hmm.
Not so. I'll forward you the video too. I'll text it to you. It threw me off. I was like, wait, is this time lapse? And I saw there's a train or something like a truck or something passes by in the background. I'm like, that thing's moving at real speed. And hopefully it sends soon. So while that sends, that's gonna take forever. While that sends, Anton, you want to get into streaming? You're
That's
watching the video
not
right now, aren't you?
full speed.
Look, there's a train in the background or something that passes by at one point.
That is not full speed.
Yeah, that's too small to be a real puppy. Uh, that's cool though, right? Like, I mean, they're not gonna be taking that thing to battle or anything, but that's more legit than I thought they were gonna do.
Hmm.
Also, keep an eye on Japan. I don't trust them. Or they have us distracted with this Gundam. Meanwhile, they freaking have the freaking Jaegers from Pacific Rim like being built in another island. All right, let's get into streaming here.
All right, let's get into streaming.
Woohoo, 54 minutes. All right. Where are my notes? All right, here. So we have a bit of casting news since we left off last episode. She-Hulk has finally cast its titular character with Tatiana Maslany, who is
Tatiana
known,
Maslany, yeah.
known for Orphan Black as well as some other shows. I think the funny thing is she showed up on Parks and Rec. I didn't recognize her first.
Hmm.
So that is cool that they're moving forward with She-Hulk. Another character that we heard casting news for was Kang the Conqueror, being played by Jonathan Majors. So this is going to be for Ant-Man 3, and rumor has it that, or rumor speculating that Kang the Conqueror could be the new big bad baddie for the new phase of the MCU going forward. Now that Thanos is out of the picture.
Hmm. Makes sense. And
Yeah, have you checked out?
also, yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Have I checked out?
Lovecraft Country, because this is something that is where Jonathan Majors is mostly known for right now.
Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna ask me if I checked out WandaVision trailer.
I I don't want to check out those trailers because I know they're just misleading us.
Yeah,
M-
probably.
My my speculation is that WandaVision trailer, the WandaVision show is gonna be a short-lived show and it's gonna tie into the next MCU,
Hmm.
probably up until what's it called? The next not Doctor Who, Doctor Strange.
Yeah. So there's this show on Hulu that's coming out that's from Marvel,
Mm-hmm.
and I think it's a tie-in to the next Doctor Strange movie.
Which one?
Let me see here. Hulu. I saw this yesterday. I didn't really see it as a big news, so let me see here.
All right. While we look that
Hellstrom.
up,
Hellstrom.
Hellstorm.
Hellstrom.
Hellstrom.
Strom. Mm-hmm. So, Hellstrom is. Let me see here.
Let's see. Da- Damon Hellstrom, also known as the son of Satan and Hellstrom,
Mm-hmm.
is a fictional character appearing in American comic books published by Marvel Comics. Damien will make his live-action debut on the Hulu television series Hellstrom as the son of a serial killer, along with his sister Anna. He'll be played by Tom Austin. Yeah, it looks like a lot of tie-ins with Ghost Rider and stuff like that. So, um, yeah, I see what you mean though. I can see playing played into Doctor Strange. Uh, I can also see crossover with WandaVision.
Mm-hmm.
Um, just because you're crossing over into different not even dimensions, but different universes. Uh, and I think that'd be very interesting for them to bring in the the afterlife into those dimensions.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's funny. I've never heard of this before, so I'd be down to check it out.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like the new
The trailer itself looks pretty intense. It looks like it's a very horror style uh, action. So
so it's like it's a rated R
kind of
what's it
like
called?
Underworld, but I think it's more like more.
Blade.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I'll say like so like it's like a rated R Lucifer.
Yeah, makes sense.
uh yeah, so more casting news here. Hawkman, who will be making an appearance in the Black Adam movie alongside The Rock,
Hmm.
is going to be played by Aldous Hodge, sorry, who is most recently in The Invisible Man. I think the first time I saw him was in uh, Leverage. I think he was also in not Varsity, but it was Friday Night Lights. He's been in a bunch of stuff, so it's good to see this guy's career taking off, and this is a big role, and I think this is great casting for Hawkman.
Hmm. Kind of exciting to see that.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's see here. So we have some spin-off news. Uh, so I lost my sponsor here.
Suicide Squad.
Yeah, so James Gunn has announced that he has been working hard on a spin-off series for uh, John Cena's Peacemaker, who will make an appearance in the Suicide Squad movie, and he'll have a series. I think it's been straight to series order on this one.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be on
And
HBO or something.
yeah, I think it's an HBO because
Hmm.
the DC shows are now on
Hmm.
HBO Max. Uh, that is very interesting because if you look at the picture with John Cena, it looks like a very cheesy
Captain
villain.
America.
Yeah, it seems more like it seems more like it's like like mocking the superhero genre.
Hmm.
But for them to order it straight to series, they must really like either they must really like James Gunn or they must really see potential in John Cena's Peacemaker. So that was surprising news I saw there.
Hmm.
The Boys are also gonna get a spin-off. This is going to be a different show following college age superheroes.
Mm. Okay.
So I think like this gonna be like the boys, this X-Men kind of
Mm-hmm.
thing,
Mm-hmm.
their universe. I still haven't checked out
The new
the new
season
season.
2.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah.
haven't
Does it
seen
come
it
out?
either.
I think it came out last week, right?
Yeah. I'm trying to find time to watch it.
I still need to watch season two.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's see here, and I lost my spot. Okay. More renewals here. Harley Quinn, which finished off season two, is going to be renewed for season three. I think this is the first renewal after the HBO Max absorbed the DC Universe streaming service. So yay! I love this show, and I'm glad it's going to keep going. Supergirl is going to be ending this upcoming season six. Season six will be its last season. But I think they heard rumors of a Superman spinoff coming out from this also.
Yeah. But yeah, I saw Melissa Benoist's post about how she appreciates playing Supergirl and how it changed her life. I think it was like a long tweet that she did or Instagram post.
hmm
But yeah, it sounds like she is totally signing off to that
Yeah.
character. So yeah,
Yeah, but I've heard too that she might not be completely done. She can also have a contract to make appearances in
in other
either
series.
yeah, either the Superman spinoff or the other Arrowverse shows.
Hmm.
But as for her doing her own show every season, yeah, this is done for her. But it was a good show. I
Hmm.
mean, it was one of those shows that I thought was not going to get off the ground, but when I started watching, I'm like, wow, it has some interesting premises or interesting takes on the genre.
Hmm.
And then finally here we'll finish off with Mandalorian, season 3/4. Uh, Giancarlo Esposito has suggested that season three and season four are already in development for the Mandalorian, and added that the season one and season two are really just the groundwork for the bigger story that they want to tell in the next two seasons.
Yeah, and a lot of people were kind of complaining about the fact that because of what's being said about that, is that they're not going to focus on the Mandalorian. You know, it doesn't make any sense. Are they talking
Uh,
about the Mandalorian that we're seeing right now, or
or that he might not just be the main character. That we might start following other characters.
exactly?
Um, yeah, like once Ahsoka gets introduced, I can see Ahsoka having them doing splitting a season between Ahsoka and the Mandalorian.
Hmm.
Um, yeah,
Yeah, the thing about Ahsoka is I can see her having a very big role with Mandalore
hmm
because she helped Mandalore. Like she was
she
in the book, she ended her journey as a
hmm
Jedi
hmm
in Mandalore. Yeah, that was pretty
yeah,
much it. Hmm.
yeah, I can see because I think everybody's thinking that Ahsoka's gonna be the one that trains the little baby, the child as a Jedi, but Ahsoka didn't like the Jedi. She saw the dark, not the darkness, but the how would you call it?
Well,
She saw like
she lost her trust in
yeah.
the Jedi Academy because they didn't believe her when she
hmm
said she didn't do something. Not trying to put out any spoilers, but
Yeah.
yeah, and
No, but it's
that's
it.
the thing that took her away from everything, and I guess you would say she's a gray Jedi. She's not like an actual Jedi because she
She
never really completed everything or became a Jedi master. Um, but her in her own way, I still consider her as a Jedi, regardless.
Yeah, I mean, she has the knowledge of it, but I mean, she would see the Jedi Order as hypocrites.
Hmm.
And I saw some people saying that, she might have the same sentiment that Luke had in The Last Jedi,
Hmm.
where he said like it's. Let me see here if I can pull up the quote.
Okay, so
Uh,
I'm gonna put a little bit of spoiler here. I don't know if you ever seen Rebels yet. Have you seen Star Wars Rebels?
no, not yet. That is on my list on my Disney Plus.
Okay, so should I spoil or no?
Uh,
There's something that really like in the back of my head, like, man, that kind of opens up like a bit really big loophole to for podcast listeners. I'm putting my hand in the middle of midair, like there's something going on. Um, yeah, because like there's this thing in that show. There's an episode that totally messes with everything that I know about Star Wars. Um, yeah, and I haven't been able to talk to anybody about it because nobody's seen it yet. And it's tickling all the time because I always think about it, and I'm thinking about the possibilities of things, and it just yeah. If I keep talking about it, I'm probably gonna spoil it, so I'll just keep
yeah.
it there.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So just summarizing, I think Ahsoka's gonna hold the same sentiment that Luke did when he said, it's time for the Jedi to end.
Mm-hmm.
So I think she's gonna teach the child how to use the Force, but I don't think she's gonna teach him the way of the Jedi. All right. You know what? I did check out the new Netflix original movie, Enola Holmes, but we're running late here, so I'll say that for next episode. Uh, quick, just a heads up, I liked it, but I'll go into more details next episode.
Okay.
All right, let's go into gaming, Anton.
Okay. Let's get into gaming. All right. First up,
All
we
right.
got Nvidia. Okay. I'm gonna go through this really fast. So Nvidia has been selling their 2000 series for I think since 2018, towards the end of 2018. So I think it's got like a year, almost 2 years already for their run. But their cards, like the most expensive one that you can get, or the highest one that you can get is the 2080 Ti or something like that. And
Mm-hmm.
for that one, they were selling it at $1,200. Um, that's a pretty hefty price for a graphics card. And,
Yeah.
they continue to sell that until 2 weeks ago. People were still buying it, and they were expecting that the new cards were going to be around the 1,200 mark.
Mm-hmm.
However, that wasn't the case. When they announced the new cards, they announced it at $500-$600, which is half the price of that. And from what they said in the announcement was that these cards are twice as powerful as the 2080. So a lot of people who bought the cards within 30 days, they weren't able to return it, or it's used. You can't return a used card.
Mm-hmm.
Once you open it, that there's no return policy for that. So, and a lot of people who were selling their cards on eBay and stuff, they were selling at 1,200, and with these cards coming out for half the price, they have to lower the prices. So a lot of people are really pissed off. But at the same time, a lot of people were pretty happy because that's a really, really, really good price point.
Yeah, it's a more affordable price point.
Yeah, and it's got me interested in maybe buying that one too, because I have a 1080, which is like 3 generations behind.
Mm-hmm.
And that's probably like quadruple the speed and everything that I have here on my graphics card. So,
Okay, but how often do you game with that PC?
well, I did use it when we were playing Call of Duty.
Uh-huh. And
Yeah,
that was
and that was before my son was born.
so a couple months then, half a
Yeah,
year.
yeah. But I mean, it's tempting to me to get it because you know once if I get it, I'm good for another 3 years or 4 years.
So another 8 uses.
Yeah. No, but I would
uh,
use it for like rendering and stuff, and
yeah.
yeah. So kind of
And
cool.
I know I'm just teasing you because I know you haven't gamed in a while.
Hmm. Yeah.
I just want to
So
rub it in.
just to wrap this Nvidia section off, I think the card went on sale a couple days ago, and people actually went to Micro Center to line up, and a lot of the people that were lining up, they were lining up like a week prior, which is crazy. And they only had like 26 cards that day.
Old school gaming or
Hmm.
old school nerding right there.
Yeah, totally.
All
All
right,
right, let's
Anton.
move on to console war update.
Yeah, so as expected, PlayStation announced their pricing points for their new systems.
Hmm.
Standard $499, so $500, and the digital one is gonna be 400, which is what the rumor was suggesting. And the release date is gonna be November 12th of this year. No, the last I saw, no announcements about pre-orders.
Pre-order already happened.
Okay, well, I know Xbox's pre-order happened. I just didn't know
Yeah.
if PlayStation had their
Yeah,
setup
when they announced it, they said the next day, but it was a clusterfuck because they
for all the consoles.
because a lot of the retailers they
Uh-huh.
started selling it right away. Some actually did wait till the next day, and
Yeah,
even though some waited till the next day, they didn't really say what time. So
yeah,
some were like 12 a.m., some were like 7 a.m., 10 a.m.
Ye-
So
yeah. I mean, even Amazon. People are saying that Amazon was crashing too. Which the only time I
yeah,
see Amazon crashing is on Amazon Prime Day.
yeah, exactly. So yeah, are we talking about anything else, or that was pretty much
No,
it?
that's no for that one. That was it. That was gonna go into the pricing and then the pre-order crashing there.
Okay. So now that that's available, I'm gonna give my 2 cents. Okay, so Xbox is coming out with two versions, right? The S and the
Yep.
X.
Yep.
The PS5 is coming out with two versions also, but it's just
Hmm.
one with the disc, one without the disc.
Right.
Correct?
Right.
So the Xbox Series S is $200 cheaper than the PS5 without the disc.
Hmm.
But the Xbox Series S, you're kind of getting jibbed.
Yeah, you're gonna get forced to get upgraded within the next 2 years, anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're
So
saving money now, but it's gonna cost you later on.
yeah, and I think that's the thing with a lot of parents. They don't know, and that's probably the one that
Yeah.
they're gonna buy because they think it's cheaper.
Yeah, it's again, it's just on face value. It's the parents just see new console, Xbox Series, and they're gonna go with that one.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, no, yeah, I think we touched on it last episode. We're both in agreement. The Series S is a waste of money, and it's totally just for the parents.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, I'm gonna wait for the Series X just because I mean, the main game I'm interested in for that one is the Halo one, Halo Infinite.
Hmm.
So that's not going to come out until Q1 of next year. I'm good waiting. I'm not going to fight. I don't care.
Is it Q1 or
I
is
don't.
it next holiday?
No, Q1. The last I heard
Q1.
was Q1. Yeah,
Okay.
they pushed it out for a quarter. Um, that was supposed to be at launch, but the the Halo was like no.
Hmm.
Yeah, because I'm like, I mean, really, Santa is not going to bring me an Xbox. I'm fine with that. All right, done. Keeping on with gaming news here. Hogwarts Legacy This is a new game by Warner Bros. Gaming, or their division, Portkey Gaming or Games, which is their division that makes the Harry Potter games. Is coming out with an open world uh, game set in the 1800s, set to be released next year. No real date or quarter of when they'll be released. They just said 2021. It's coming out for PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X, and PC. The one thing I want to note here is if you go into the website's FAQ, one of the questions is J.K. Rowling involved with the development of this game? And I love the answer they gave. They said J.K. Rowling is not directly involved in the creation of this game. However, her extraordinary body of writing is the foundation of all projects in the wizarding world. This is not a new story from J.K. Rowling. they go from distancing themselves to like kind of going, but we still respect her because they had to work with her. Like all these games are with her permission or with her okay, signing off on the premise and all that. And then they go back to, but remember, she's not involved in this game.
I think I think this game is a PlayStation exclusive for 3 months before it gets ported to the other consoles.
Either way, I think this is an interesting take on the Harry Potter games. I'm surprised it's taken them this long to make this type of world. For people to actually go.
It's a big world.
No, but I'm saying, dude, how old are the freaking movies and the books? Yeah, no, I mean, they've had like Lego games, they've had other games where you're following the story of the movie, or you're following a set path or on rails. This is a open world where you can gang up with your other wizarding friends and go on adventures, go fight Dementors, go do stuff to level up or find items. This is, I dig it. I'm down.
I'm totally down.
Yeah. All right, and last bit of news here: Microsoft acquires Bethesda Games.
That's a big deal.
For $7.5 billion. You better believe it's a big deal. So for those that don't know who Bethesda is, or I've heard the name but don't really know what games they have, they are the name behind Wolfenstein, Doom, Elder Scrolls, Dishonored, and Fallout, just to name a few. Those are all big games in both gameplay and also the open worldness of it, the expansion. Like Fallout is a freaking. I think Fallout, Elder Scrolls, and Wolfenstein are very, very long series in the gaming world. And Doom, of course, and Doom.
Yeah, of course.
So one of the big takeaways here is there was some debate whether Bethesda games would be included in the Microsoft Game Pass, the Xbox Game Pass. But now that Microsoft has purchased them, it's almost a guarantee that they will be that the Bethesda games will be included in Game Pass. So that is a big value for the subscription pass there.
I just hope that a lot of these acquisitions, the original developers or the original people wouldn't leave the companies, because it's happened so many times where once their biggest IP gets taken, they leave and then they start a new project or something like that. A good example would be, you know how like Activision bought Blizzard?
Yeah.
So the head developers at Blizzard, especially like Hearthstone, World of Warcraft, and stuff like that. Yeah, these guys left Activision, and they started a new company called Dream something. Hold on, let me see here. Dream.
So to put your mind at ease there for a little bit, Todd Howard, who is the existing EP for Bethesda, is part of the agreement is that he has to stick around. I mean, it's going to be part of his contract. He's going to get paid for it, definitely. Like, he's going to get a bump in pay, but They're definitely going to keep them around. And just based on how the deal sounds, Bethesda is still going to run itself. It's still not going to. Microsoft wants to be hands off with Bethesda. I really think this acquisition was purely for the licensing
I
to
think so.
include. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes a lot of
Uh,
sense to do that because of their Game Pass.
well, and now the thought is that the new Elder Scrolls might be exclusive to Xbox now.
Yeah,
So,
it's yeah. I think that's probably a big win for Xbox.
oh
Uh,
yeah.
because yeah, of all of these big companies with AAA titles and they're being
Mhm.
only exclusive for Xbox, I think that's a really big thing. I think well, in the past couple of years, Sony already did that with their own companies that they really respect. They acquired like I think it was I don't know if they bought Sucker Punch or not, but I think there
I
was another company too. But they started doing that too, and I think it started a trend of both sides trying to buy all the big companies and trying to have exclusives. Let's see.
yeah, and I mean that's becoming a common thing now. Where I mean, I think the original there was Nintendo. Nintendo was the first one to start buying smaller gaming companies and making them the Nintendo property. Uh, and then now that the new consoles are coming out, the big seller is exclusives. And what's one way to ensure that you have an exclusive with a certain gaming company is to own their asses. Um, yeah, especially because I mean sometimes when you're making a deal with an exclusive, the company just wants to make money, make their game as available as possible, and so the exclusive might be similar to what you were saying earlier about what game we're talking about right now, the Hogwarts Legacy. It's going to be exclusive for a set amount of time, and then after that, it opens up.
Mm-hmm. Hmm. Yeah, it's crazy, dude. It's it's a cold war, basically, with these
Yeah,
consoles.
yeah, they're just buying each other up, and you know, and it's going to happen where we're like gaming companies develop just to be bought out,
Mm-hmm.
similar to like websites. Websites will pop up just hoping to get bought out by a bigger website and then cash out.
Yeah, only thing I'm worried about is how long will they have these, you know? Because I know that some companies when they buy out like different properties and stuff, like Sierra, a long time ago. I'm a big fan of Tribes. You know that.
Yeah, we were
Eventually
too.
it just died out, and they didn't want to do anything else to develop anything of the game
Hmm.
because there's so many other games out there now. So yeah.
All right. Well, hopefully Bethesda keeps up with the awesomeness and Microsoft doesn't mess with them too much.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, based on what I'm reading, it sounds like Microsoft wants to keep things as they are, at least for the time being, and they just want that exclusive rights.
Hmm.
All right, Anton. If people want to keep the exclusive rights to us, not legally binding, I'm not sure what I just said. How can they do that?
They can do that by going to our website at www.the2lc.com and maybe buy some stickers, t-shirts, or maybe a hat. And if there was something that we talked about on the show or something that we have on our uh, Instagram, are we still live? Yeah, we're still live. Yeah, if there was something that we talked about on Instagram or any of our social media, Facebook, that gives us a little kickback when any of the links are taken to Amazon, and that's a good thing. we're waiting on Alan right now. He has a poor connection, so hopefully he's going to be coming back in soon. So if you like the show and would like to subscribe to us, we are on Instagram at the 2OC and Twitter at the 2OC, and also anywhere else that you would like to listen to us. We're on Apple Music, we're on Stitcher, and also anywhere that you can find podcasts. If you can do us a favor, give us a 5-star rating, give us some feedback on any of those podcast apps that you use, or you can give us feedback on our email at info@the2oc.com. And this week episode is also brought to you by Audible. And let's see here. Sorry. Today's podcast is brought to you by Audible. Get a free audiobook and download 30-day free trial at audibletrials.com/the2oc. There are over 180,000 titles to choose from, and you can use it on your iPhone, Android, Kindle, or MP3 player. This week, I would recommend a book by Robert Galbraith. Very controversial book. You probably did hear about, J.K. Rowling. But yes, this book is very, very controversial because of the stuff that's in it that a lot of people are not very happy about. But let's see here. This book is called Blooded. I've been reading this book. I've been listening to this book. Sorry, give me 1 second. Oh, Superman is back, aka Alan. All right, see you guys.